Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, at wave number 22, because somebody in the chat said I cannot reach wave 20, and so I'm gonna prove it right here, starting the video from wave number 22. You've probably already seen my wave 1 to 10 coverage for the early game, so now we're here. Our main tank is our Singe with the Vampiric Augment. We're rolling with 3 Magma units, so our Ranger is bonded with the Singe and has the Earth Sword right here, plus the Scoriox being our main carry. He has this augment right here, which gives him physical and energy piercing, which is quite good. We got a lot of fire units of some empaths, which keep us alive. And this seems like a bit of a harder wave than we have faced before, so we're gonna upgrade a little bit and bring in some more units. I want to bring in Titanor and Double Granite soon, but I don't think we need it right now. The Blaze Knight right here is gonna be a bit of a problem, so we're gonna position our Adoredo down here, so the Blaze Knight cast goes to the Adoredo. Who else is gonna frontline for him? Let's put in maybe this Kukarov. Might be a big good call, but he's a big boy. We need to get some space for this guy. Probably time is running out already. No, we got 40 seconds. Alrighty. Come on now. Everybody make a nice line. Make some space for the big guy. There we go. I hope our Kukarov isn't gonna get blasted by the Furiox, but since we focus the Furiox first, we should be fine. I think we can roll it like this. This seems definitely like a harder wave. The last few, like 6 waves, have been fairly easy. And our Singe has been crazy tanky this whole run. Because of this Vampiric Augment, the 3 Magma, he's doing so much damage, healing himself. I hope he starts spinning soon. The enemy Blaze Knight cast misses our main units right here, which is good. And we got this wave in the pocket. Pretty solid. Moving on to wave number 23. As you can see, we still have 140 mastery points. I want to stay around this this amount through the late game. I don't want to go much lower. I don't want to go much higher either. I want to play it fairly aggressive, not very greedy. We got here Titanor is going to be a one-shot because he doesn't have Granite. So our positioning is still fine. Our Kukarov could be focused on by the Furiox though, so I think we should pull him back a little bit. If we can manage. There we go. What about Assassins? We got 1-2 coming in here. They can be tanked by our empaths over there, that's no problem. I think we're gonna roll it like this. Maybe bring in an augment. Increasing Omega power is not the best on the Scoriox. Gaining a shield. The less Saccharine escape will be nice on the Scoriox. But not for this round. Every 3 seconds allies heal. Perfect. Put this on our Adoredo right here. Give him some physical resistance versus those assassins. And I think we can roll it like this. Basically, we're getting so many shields by positioning our empaths close to each other that we can withstand most of the damage done. We can see it now here with the Adoredo. He's taking a bit too much damage. I was hoping Blaze Knight would tank a little bit more, but as you can see, everything is falling. We have such a high damage team composition right here. But it's still gonna be close because the Furiox is doing a lot of work for them. Also, the Malura right here needs to be dealt with soon. Furiox is dying to the Magma though. And we're barely gonna win it. Super close. Blaze Knight, last one alive, and we got it. It's a good thing we brought in a little bit more strength to our board by bringing in another augment. Definitely want to bring in another augment onto our Scoriox, and I think lesser Saccharine escape will be the way to go. We position him somewhere where he gets damaged, so he actually triggers it at 60% health, getting extra attack speed. We got 1-2 assassins, 3-4 assassins coming in. So maybe our Singe is gonna go here, gonna walk the long run around here and catch a lot of assassins on the way. Hopefully staying close enough to our main group of units so he can get shielded. We're just gonna give him this augment right here with some energy resistance and health. I think that should do the job. Because they also don't have any tanks, so this should be a fairly easy matchup. We're just gonna roll it and see what happens. We gotta speed through those waves so we can actually get into late game and maybe have a restart. Ah, damn it. Singe got caught on the way over here, which kind of sacrifices our Blaze Knight, so we should have swapped positioning between those two. I think we're still good. Those, as you can see, those assassins just getting one-shot by our units. I wonder who is doing the most damage. Definitely Scoriox, but also our Ranger on the Magma Behemoth sword is doing a great job. Also our Fire Empath Lynx is doing a lot of damage, which is really nice. Alrighty, we got one more slot to fill, then we're gonna swap out units like the Grocko, who is basically just here to give us 3 bulwarks. We don't have a lot of tanks X, so soon I guess the Titanor is gonna be swapped out for the Grocko. One more unit. So either the Vermilia over here. Actually, I would like to position everybody to the left side, and I think we're gonna do that real quick. Kukurev is gonna be safe here. Scoriox right behind him. Then comes the Blaze Knight. Next to them, we're gonna put the Ranger to tank a little bit. Also, the other Rado is gonna tank a little bit. I've gotta bring in the Singe. I think the Singe should tank the Furiox. Let's try to get him really close in there. That should do the trick. Other Raider is just gonna tank the Fern right here. Actually, we need something in the backline. Catch the Fern cast, so... I don't know if the Grocko is gonna be enough for that. We don't need somebody to catch the Rampfire right here. He's just gonna go down before he can cast. So maybe the Grocko here should be enough. He might also die before the Ferknight gets his cast off. So we might bring in something like a Malura. Something tanky on the right side. Just to help out with that. Should be fine. Definitely a little bit overinvested, but as we're nearing our late game, we can put in more and more mastery points. Because soon we're gonna be in our full build. We have a few more augments to go and 1-2 units to upgrade, but that's gonna be it. We're very close to our final board already. I guess this augment is gonna go onto Scoriox. It will also be good on Dualev. I don't know if we can find a place for Dualev. There's really a lot of strong late game units right here. And we're gonna have to make some tough choices, deciding who goes in and who stays out. So, I'm gonna swap this guy for the Vermilia to slow the attack speed of everybody here when he lands. We're gonna stay on the left side, focusing Blaze Knight, which is the biggest threat. There's a lot of empaths, but we have enough single target damage to blast through their shields and heals. And I guess Scoriox is gonna get this augment for now. This one should be really good on him too, so let's put this one on him, give him more attack speed. And every third auto hit, we're gonna inflict Clumsy and also poison and deal extra true damage of the target's max health. Kind of running like this, probably gonna bring in the Grocko here just to give the other Raider a little bit time. And that should do the trick. Our Ranger could get too much damage, but we'll roll the dice on that. 120 mastery points should be enough. I don't think we need to go lower. So let's see how we're doing. Looking pretty good. Verminio right here is just running around in circles, not doing much. We're gonna get in some heals soon, some shields soon. Here we go. Here comes the heal. Here comes the shields. And we got it. Really dominating every wave at the moment. It has been really easy getting through. I'm so used to playing early game because I think it's probably the hardest thing. So I really focus on early game. But now that I'm focusing more on mid and late game, I see how easy it is when you have all the units to play with and it's just about positioning. Like right here, we should position to the right side just to focus Ramfire down early. But also there's a lot of high threat targets on the left side. So we might stay on the left and just find something that occupies those assassins until we're ready to deal with them. Also, once they run over, they're gonna be caught at Groku here and not gonna run all the way to our main group of units. So we can leave them over there. Probably just gonna bring in the Verminio right here. We got 5 empaths, 5 fire. It would be nice to have 6 fire, 6 empaths, but I don't think there's something that we want to swap out right now for that, and we don't have a fire empath unit. Those 2 we already have the higher stages in, so they won't come in. I guess that's it. Energy regen could be nice on the Blaze Knight. Actually, we're gonna slap that on him. Give him some energy resistance, I guess, and some max health, just to stay a bit tankier. I think that should do the trick. I really don't see us losing this round. Again, the enemy doesn't have any tanks, so since we have pretty good board, we are in a massive advantage. Alright, now we just need to kill this Ramfire before he casts his Omega, and down he goes. So much damage on the Scoriox. And on the other units. Beautiful. Beautiful. Moving on to wave number 28. I don't know what the first place right now is. Probably around 34-ish. So that's our goal. I think 34 is usually a big breaker wave. But not like this. 211 in the front line is not gonna do much. The biggest threat is the Blaze Knight cast, I guess, which... How do we bring this guy away? Ooh, there's a lot of Saccharine escape. 1, 2. So where do we let the Blaze Knight cast? I guess Adoredo is going down here. It actually has the augment that he heals his allies close to him. So we're probably gonna sell him, bring him back in, and then put this augment on maybe the Lynx, who is always gonna stand in between everybody. Energy resistance, health. Find a nice line for this guy to send. But then we're tanking two assassins here with our Adoredo, which is not gonna end well. So we need to at least split the damage between Adoredo and the Blaze Knight right here, kind of like that. I think that should work out pretty well. Duelif is gonna die instantly. Everybody's gonna switch back onto the assassin, killing them next. And I think we're good, but we're gonna use some more augments right here. I guess this one could also be good on Blaze Knight. He can do really a lot of damage, especially if he gets 40% more attack speed and this energy regen. So we gonna try out Blaze Knight as a secondary carry, which I have never done before, I think. Also, we could bring in this, but I don't know who to put it on. Probably this would go on a Duelef. But for now, maybe the Amber Lynx. Or the Vermilier. Put it on the Vermilier. Good enough. Really overinvested. We got all our augments out. We got all 8 units out. So now we can only upgrade some units. There's definitely... Roku has to go for Titanor. And I'm not even sure what else we're gonna swap out. Alrighty, Assassin's down. Great job there. And there's not much else that threatens us. Let's see who else could go. Groku has to go. Maybe the Kukurov, to be honest. I don't think he provides as much value as the other units. I'm really surprised how valuable the Empath Lynx has been. Definitely one of the strongest Empaths, especially if you have a group of units. Blaze Knight is doing a great job as the secondary carry, so that was a good decision. And since we're anyway kinda out of mastery points, we're just gonna upgrade the Groku to the Titanor right now. Bada bing, bada bow. 5 fire, 5 empath, 5 earth. So a lot of thresholds to be hit, but remember, all those units, they're actually not fire and empath and earth. They're usually something else like Revenant, which has an empath in it, or Colossus, which has a bulwark, or Granite, which has earth in it. So all those composite affinities and classes, they get benefits from each single stack of the primary empaths. So Revenant right here is gonna get 5 times 4% crit amp for every empath. So it doesn't matter if it's 5 or 6. He's always gonna get actually 4% per stack. Anywho, we should position to the right to have an easy kill on Scoriox and the rest. I don't think it really matters. We're gonna have an easy time blasting through those guys. And here is Saccharine Escape as well. So it would definitely be the best choice to go to the right side. But we can't just roll it as well. Don't need to worry too much about it. Adorator is gonna stay in the corner for the Fernite cast. And yeah, that's gonna be it. Let's see if we can win, even though we're too lazy to reposition. There's enough time though to reposition too. This is really just a lazy move. So we got down Dual F pretty fast. Now we need to kill him. That's good. The enemy rogues are dead. Our front line is suffering a little bit, but we're almost through the enemies already. There's only the Scoriox left, which won't do much on its own. Perfect. Really too easy right now. And this is because I spent so much time figuring out the early game. So now I have, like, it's compounded interest, right? Every interest point you save early on is gonna be like 10 interest points later or whatever. It's compounding, so it's really important to, in the early game, to figure it out very good. Some people say just stay around 100 and it's gonna be enough. But I think the better you figure out the early game, the easier the late game is gonna be. And it has been super easy so far. So we got 2 rogues jumping in. Scoriox a big threat, but as always, he has the Saccharine Escape. Also the Blaze Knight a big threat, so we should focus on the right side. It's also good to get the Seer early on. We got 3 assassins coming in. So one of them is gonna focus the Adorator, one is gonna go Blaze Knight, and one is gonna run up to the Titaner, which is pretty good. Blaze Knight is gonna shoot down here, and I think we should be fine with this. Do we want to upgrade anything? I don't think we really miss damage, so Dual F, I don't think we really need him. We will probably change out the Kukurov. Especially this positioning, Kukurov might get too much damage from the Seer. And once we need more assassins, we can bring in the Umbra as well. Would be both Steams, which would be a huge damage boost. What will we swap out for that? Probably Kukurov and maybe the Vermilier. It's tough. I really like the composition as is right now. I don't think Dual F will bring a lot of value. I would rather bring in a Malura or Raiplans instead of the Kukurov, just to get through all those tanks. And also be a little bit tankier. What would we lose? We would lose Empath stacks, air stacks, not a big deal, so let's do that. Get you out. And probably get this Malura in. Actually, let's get the Raiplans in. It's gonna help a lot with having enough damage to kill this Seer, because he's shredding through the defenses as a Berserker, right? No. That's the fighter that I'm thinking of. They pierce through. Alright, let's roll it. Shouldn't be a big deal. I should have checked the stats of the Kukurov actually to see how much he was really shielding. As planned, the 3 assassins all attack a different target, but we're getting a lot of damage back here, so we need to especially kill this ramp fight before he goes up in the air. This is gonna hurt a lot. We should still be good. Yeah, but this was closer than I wanted it to be. Check the stats. Yeah, enemy Scoriox was blasting. And enemy Blaze Knight was blasting, same as us. Yeah, without the ramp fight, casting his Omega, this would have been a more decisive win. Are we gonna stay on the left? That's the first question we have to ask ourselves. We don't want to have Malura in our units usually. The taunts can be pretty devastating, so I think we're gonna stay on the left. And is there anything to consider? It's good that we focus the Seer first. Titan or cast is gonna go down to the Adorado, same as Blaze Knight right here. Adorado is gonna tank the ramp fight. I think we should be good. I think Riplands, it's a bit too late for him. He's not really the best late game character because he only has single target damage and doesn't bring much more to the table. So I'm definitely more inclined to bring back the Kukura for more shielding for the team since he's an enchanter. Or bring in the Malura to be able to tank the right side a little bit better with that. Tough questions. We could also bring in a Umbre and try to burst down the Scoriox since he doesn't have defensive augments. That would probably be the best call, but we can also bring in the Malura to do that. He won't get much heal and our 2 assassins will be able to out-sustain him until he's dead. And all those assassins should be running up to the Titanar, which is good. We could bring in the Scoriox into the front line, give him the other augment where the Saccharine escape. But we can bring in the Blaze Knight instead and try to do the same. Usually you want to have Blaze Knight behind your units because he gives you attack speed with his cast, but usually it doesn't hit your units anyway, so I think it's sometimes negligible, or however you say that. I think that's how we're gonna roll. Could be a tough one. I hope our tanks stand long enough for us to win it. Definitely a bit concerned about Titanor being the main tank in the beginning, because he's gonna die way too fast. So I might want to put him over here, just to give him a fair fighting chance. Not being focused by so many units. That looks way better already. I think that's how we're gonna roll it. You put him a bit down. So he's just tanking, not the Blaze Knight, but all those 4 units I want him to tank. Yeah, should be good. Alrighty. Enough talk. Let's roll. Really curious how this is gonna go. Righty, Titanor, as we thought, falls way too fast. Enemy rogues are dead over here. Our Malura and Vermiliar are doing a good job tanking back there. Also, Singe will be still alive for quite some time. Hopefully enough time for finally our Blaze Knight casting through now, stunning all the enemies and Scoriox. But here comes the enemy Blaze Knight cast soon, which could really interrupt us. Also, this Titanor is hyperactive now and will be super hard to kill. We got a really nice stun from our Blaze Knight, who's basically carrying us. Wow, it's gonna be a close one, but I think we got it. Ooh, super close. The Scion Links really blasted through our last remaining units there. That was a tough one. Alrighty. Now there's a lot of threats, right? This is really hard to assess the enemy team because you gotta check through all those augments. This one is not so good on Scoriox, so he's not a huge threat. We got some lifesteal. And stacking Omega Power on the Dualef, not the worst either. Vampiric Price, we want to kill this Axodon early on, just to get rid of him. We got here also Vampiric Price, would be good to get rid of the Riplands, but also not the biggest threat. Okay, the augments are not too good, luckily for us. Now we need to decide where to focus on. I think we're gonna, focus on the right side, focus on the Blaze Knight first, and try to kill the Scoriox with our assassins over here, and just be able to deal with the Rampfire and the Blaze Knight first. I think that's gonna definitely be the best call for us right now. Stay here, you stay here. Again, I want to keep our Titanor kind of safe until he's hyperactive and he can shoot his Omega. We gotta find a placement for him. That's not too bad. I think maybe something like this could be good enough. Then we want to have our Blaze Knight tank a little bit because he got the Saccharine Escape augment, so he's gonna tank the Rampfire right here. We need also somebody back here to catch the Blaze Knight cast. But then also a few... maybe our Titanar goes back there to fight the Assassins. Like that. You go there. You two jump the Scoriox. Like that. Oh, now we're kind of separated. All our units are... Oh, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. I think I would roll it like this. Probably can also do it like that. Blaze Knight is gonna die fast anyway, so we don't need to care too much about his cast. Dual F cast is gonna hit us really good. But I hope that maybe our Malura right here is gonna taunt him out of it or something like that. I would roll it like this. We could still upgrade units. But I don't know who I would let go. I'm really happy with the composition we built. I don't want to bring the Dual F. I know there's a different build where you would play with Dual F and Umbre. But I really like this one. We're tanky, we have empaths, and we all rely on our Scoriox. It would have been good to... Yeah, whatever. We'll see. We'll see how we go. Probably should have put Blaze Knight more down here, so he's actually tanking a Rampfire, but maybe we're lucky enough and he's running over there. What? He's actually tanking the Lynx. Blaze Knight looked like he was way closer. Here comes the Dual F cast, really wrecking our units. I think that might be it. Still left the Malura there, doing a great job holding off most of the units, so our Scoriox and Blaze Knight might be able to blast through them. Now it's where it counts. You need to kill them in like 4 goes, because the Dual F is gonna cast. It seems like it's enough. Oh! Oh, the Scoriox casting! God damn it, that was close. Second place with that. Luckily, this was wave number 31 or whatever, 32, so we are right at the checkpoint. Which is always a blessing, I feel like. Ah! Rank 2, I'm stoked! I know it's a bit laggy and everything, but I hope my voice is not laggy. So I hope it's not too big of a deal. Yeah, we're right back. No, we're not right back at it. That's the one from before. Where the Scoriox and Blaze Knight kind of were trolling us. So we're gonna get out the right plans, gonna get in the Malura. Kind of like that. Also don't think this is a good augment for our Vermilion. We're gonna find somebody else to hold that. I guess we're just gonna give it to the Lynx for now. What else? What else? I don't think there's much else to do. Let's put the Blaze Knight in the front. Yeah, we should be good like this. Let's hit it. Let's see how fast our Titanar dies. Let's put him a little bit back so he doesn't get too much damage. It's sad how squishy our Titanar actually is without Granite. And I guess we should bring in Granite. So either we rebond our Ranger to be Granite, which I think is the best idea, or we would bring in TNT, which I don't like too much the idea. I'd rather give up on 3 Magma and instead bring in the Granite. I really hope we beat this wave though, because it was close last time and we kinda... Oh, look at that, how we got screwed. That's funny. Holy cow. Alright, now I should remember how we beat this wave the first time. But I kinda don't. Alright, one more restart. What did we do? Oh yeah, we brought in the Titan over here. I totally forgot about that. All right, let's do the thing right now. Sell this guy. Bring him back. Bond with the Titanor, so we have 2 granite. Then we can let our range tank a little bit more, because he's gonna be unwarnable. Put back the augments. Can't sell this augment, which is fine. Maybe we should bring in the Umbre to really try to burst down the Scoriox. Alright, let's try. Looks good. Really like to see if Granite will make a big difference. Like, we're still not touched because of it. Now the damage comes in, our Ranger will be falling pretty soon. But our Titanor held out so much longer. We couldn't kill the Scoriox again. I think the placement of our rogues was pretty bad as well. Here comes the big Titanor stun. I think that's gonna be it. Yeah, I gotta rewatch the video how we beat this wave the first time, because I couldn't recreate it right now. But hey, we made 2nd place. I'm really stoked about that. It's the first try of today to get really high up in the leaderboards. Before that, I've been just figuring out the first 10 waves. It doesn't show now. I don't know if it was buggy earlier when we were 2nd place or if it's buggy now. Because we definitely beat 31, so I think it just shows the run right now. And actually we're up there. But it doesn't really matter. I just wanted to show that I still got it, and we got it. Thank you so much for watching. I see you tomorrow. Peace out.